So dropping into a comfortable, relaxed position and just do a very gentle, almost like a weather report of what's happening in your body right now. Noticing wherever there are any little twinges or aches or pains or tickles, and not getting attached, just simply noticing and then letting your mind go back to your breath as you find that inner sense of calm that you've been cultivating after all of these months. Knowing that your body is a place of wisdom. And often those little twinges or aches or pains or tickles are really a signal to you to just find some inner stillness, just some inner stillness from thoughts or emotions that are whirling around. And knowing that those thoughts and emotions are a natural part of being human, but that it is when we get attached and start ruminating or worrying, becoming anxious about whatever they are, is when our bodies kick in and start to tell us, slow down, don't be attached. You're simply noticing and trying to reach a place of acceptance that it is there. Now bringing your awareness simply to your breath as you notice your diaphragm expanding, your chest rising and falling, the breath on your nose or your mouth, and spending just a moment before we get to the rest of the body scan of honoring the breath. The beauty of the breath, the power of the breath, the life-giving force of the breath. And now bringing your awareness to the tip of your toes on your left foot. As you notice the sensations on the floor against your shoes or your slippers, your socks, just bringing those toes into your awareness and all that goes into that awareness. Simply noticing and then bringing your awareness to the top of your left foot. Imagining those bones and tendons, the skin on your feet, and going down to the bottom of your foot. The pads, the heel, the arches, the sensation against the floor. Simply noticing and then moving that awareness up into your left ankle. Imagining the power of all of the bones that allow us to walk around, to stand, to wear shoes. And then moving that awareness up into your left leg, to your calf, your shin bones. Noticing the sensation against your pants or the chair. Any little tingling that you might notice in there, all of those muscles. As you come up into your left kneecap, noticing the bend if you are sitting, or just bringing it into awareness if you're stretched out. Noticing how your knee is bent. And up into your left thigh. Again, noticing the sensation against your pants or your chair. Imagining those muscles. And bringing the awareness now down to your right toes, the toes on your right feet. As you also bring into awareness the sensations that go along with those toes. Tingling the bones. The sensation on your shoes or socks. Up into your right foot, the pad, the arches, and the heel. Top of that foot. As you go into the right ankle and take the whole foot into your awareness. Now moving up into the shin on your right leg, your calf. And just imagining everything about your right leg. Now moving up into your right kneecap. Again, noticing if it is bent or straight. The muscles behind your kneecap and into your right thigh. As you bring awareness to the connection of your leg to either the chair or wherever you find yourself sitting. Now moving into the buttocks area as you sit or rest on a chair or bed. Moving up into the genital area and your lower abdomen. Bringing into awareness all of the organs that are resting inside of us, that are serving a particular life experience or force. Moving up into your belly button area, your navel, and your upper stomach area. Spending a moment here, just noticing what is there, not getting attached, not becoming anxious. Just knowing whatever is there is sending you a message. Sending you a message to still your mind if you can. To go back to your breath if you get stuck, or if that sensation that is happening there becomes too much. Remembering that Our upper abdomen is part of what we might call the gut feeling. We have a gut feeling that something is up. Honoring that intuition and just stopping and dropping into the breath as you inquire to what that intuition is telling you. And taking a deep breath into that spot, into your gut. As you work to try and let it go. And now moving around to your lower back. An area that is common for us to hold stress. So we simply notice what's there and work towards letting it go. Now bringing that awareness to our spine, that place that helps us open up our backs and our shoulders, which also opens our chest to let us access the beauty of life as we scan our spine one vertebrae at a time. Noticing each and every vertebrae, each and every space between them, as we make our way from the lower part of our back, one by one, up to our shoulder area. And as we get to that shoulder area, we are noticing, where is any tension lying? Where are your shoulders? Are they released and lower down, or are they tension filled? And as you scan that shoulder area, knowing, holding our shoulders tight is causing pain in other parts of our body. So we're simply going to notice and watch it disappear as best we can. Knowing that in this moment, right here, right now, there is no need for tension in this moment. No need to hold that stress, because we are basking in the beauty of the moment in our amazing Sangha community. And now continuing from our shoulder area back to our spine, up the back of our necks, the place we might call the reptilian brain, the place where we experience fight, flight, or freeze. Because that's the purpose of that part of our brain, to help us with danger. And so we honor that part of our brain simply by noticing, simply by understanding its purpose, but not letting it carry us away into a place of anxiety. And now moving that awareness further up from our neck into the back of our head, the top of our head, as we lift our head, almost as though there was a string pulling us up so that our spines straighten, our shoulders go back, and we open up to possibility. And now moving down into our foreheads. Noticing that place on our forehead that we might call the grief muscle. Is it furrowed? Or is it relaxed? Moving down into our temples, into our eyes and behind our eyeballs. Also a place of tension. And down into our nose area and our sinuses. As we bring that awareness to all of the facial muscles that we have. As we move down into our jaw. Noticing for a moment what's there. Are we clenching? Is the jaw relaxed? And if there's some clenching, you might just put your tongue to the roof of your mouth to unlock the jaw. Let it rest. Let that tension just fade away. As we come down into our chin area, moving down into our neck and our throat. Honoring the throat because it gives us voice, allows us to speak our truth, to honor who we really are, our authentic selves. Now moving down into the clavicle area, again, checking in. Is there any stress there or tension? Moving down into the chest. Feeling that chest open up to possibility. Moving into the breast area. And finally, down into our heart center. That place of love, joy, and happiness, but also a potential place for heartbreak and sadness. Knowing that whatever emotion we feel in our heart center is just us being beautiful human beings. Human beings who connect through the heart and who connect through love. And as you bring that beautiful awareness to your heart center, bring someone or something into your mind who has given you unconditional love. It might be a partner, friend, or a family member. It could even be a pet. And holding the beauty of that love in your heart center, almost as if it is wrapping its arms around you. And now, as you experience the beauty of that love, extend that awareness to the people who are on our Zoom call in this wonderful Sangha that we have. And now opening that heart center up to family and friends who are not with us today, but are still in our hearts, whether they are living or past. And now opening that heart center even more to include our neighbors, the community in which we live, the people we know and love and like to spend time with, as well as the people who challenge us from time to time. Simply softening our hearts to bring them into our loving kindness. And now opening that circle even wider to the people in the city where you live or the area where you are, Toronto or Fenelon Falls. Many of these people you will never ever meet. But we simply send loving kindness as we feel it in our own heart center. Now opening that circle even wider to the province of Ontario. Many people who are unwell, struggling because of COVID. Some of them we know, some of them we don't. But opening our hearts to them so they can feel our energy and our loving kindness. And now moving outward to the whole country, and indeed the whole of the continent of North America. Now moving that circle of love to the entire world. Most of these people we will never ever know. But still we are connected through our energy and our love, through the way we interact, the food we buy, the air we breathe. All of us are connected. And opening the circle even wider to include the entire planet, all sentient beings, plants, the animals, the insects, the trees and the water. Just holding the beauty of this planet in your heart center for a moment. As we bring our loving kindness now back to our own heart center. Sending that loving kindness to ourselves. The people who need it the most. We need to understand that beauty of love for ourselves so that we can then extend it to others. Perhaps feeling the love just in the form of your heart beating, or as you imagine you wrapping your arms around yourself like we did before, for a much needed hug from yourself. Now gently bringing the awareness back to your breath as we pause in silence for just a few moments until you hear my voice again. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings find peace.